Yes, I just want to do a video on the mono mini stuff. Basically what I do is I get bikes or I get brakes and stuff like that, and if they need a repair, then I've got time, I'll make a video on it. So it's not like I've just got loads of avids or loads of hopes just sitting around. It's just kind of what I get at the time. So this is a mono mini. It's from about 2002 to 2005. That's the model, I think, maybe 06. Because in 2007 they went for the silver caliper. There is another mini as well, which is this one. It's quite a bit different. It's got those two big bolts on the back, and once you undo those two big bolts you can split this caliper in half. So when you do buy a seal kit, there is a mini seal kit specifically for this one, and then there's a mono mini kit which is for this, and also for the kind of newer version, which is basically the same caliper, but they've done a little bit of machining on it, probably to make it a bit lighter. So yeah, there's specific seals for these calipers. And the problem we have with this one is when I did buy it, it didn't have a piston in this side. So I actually put a seal in now, and I've put a piston in, but I need to remove, or both of them, and I'm going to rebuild it. But basically this side of the caliper, the piston's in a bad way, and I just wanted to do a complete overhaul of it. Like I said, I have put a new piston in here, a new seal, but that's only because if you don't have a piston in here, it's kind of difficult to get this one out on this side, because you can't undo anything. There's no way to push it through. Whereas on this side, you can undo this golden cap, and then you can physically push that piston out of its housing. So yeah, it needs to kind of be either connected to a brake system, or you can connect it to a track pump as well. So if you get a bicycle pump and you put it over the bleed nipple, sometimes you can create enough pressure and that will push the pistons out as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a messy job here, so this is the side that we want to get out. So what we're going to do is we're going to block this piston, and when we pump the brake lever, all the pressure is going to go to one side and push this piston out. I'm probably not going to be able to show you that on camera. I don't really have the facilities to show you. The lever's just off screen, so I'm going to do that now. Yeah, so what you should end up with is something like that, where you have one piston protruding out and the other one's flush in the housing, and if you push that lever a little bit more, it will actually pop that piston out and all the fluid will come out. So just be aware of that. But yeah, I'm going to get that out. It's slipped out now, and all the fluid in the lever will actually come out unless you hold the caliper higher than the lever itself. So if we get that, there's your piston that's popped out. And yeah, I'm just going to go and sort this lever out. Yeah, so what we've done, we've kind of removed some of the fluid from the lever so it doesn't leak as much. What you're going to do is take 8mm, and you're going to get 8mm on that bolt there, and you're going to undo that, and then that's going to disconnect your caliper from your hose. Get another 8mm, that one's a bit awkward. Just make sure you hold the hose as well if you're in an awkward position like me, because it's just going to flick fluid everywhere. There we go. I'm just going to tuck that hose out of the way. What you should be left with is a bolt and two little copper washers, or if you've got a Goodrich hose, it might be two rubber seals on there. So yeah, that's out of the way now. Our caliper left, we're just going to clean up with some alcohol spray it on the caliper as well, try and get rid of some of that brake fluid. Get rid of that, I'm sure we'll need that later when it gets messy. So yeah, we've taken the piston out of this side, so what you need to do is remove this bore cap. So what Hope do is they do loads of different tools. And these are basically all for different different brakes with different sized bore caps. I think we need this one. That's the one I'm going to go for. I guess because they're quite a large bore cap on the mini lever. So yeah, there you go. That sits in there. And then this one is, does it tell you the name? HTTCTD CTD. Yeah, I messed it up, but I'll put it in the description anyway, so you know what one you will need. All you need is a Allen key or something to put in that hole, so that you've got a bit of leverage, and you're just going to undo that bore cap on there. Just lock that into place. They're a pretty accurate fit. There we go. Some of them can be a bit seized, so they can be a lot tighter than that. But like I said in the video earlier, I've already put a piston in here and a seal in order to get that other piston out, otherwise I'd have no way of removing it. So yeah, what you get with this is this little bore cap. It's got a little black rubber seal around there. In your seal kit you will get a replacement seal for that. Put that over there. That's the piston that came out earlier. Let's have a little zoom in. What you want to do with these is just check the condition. Make sure there's no scratches or any cuts into them. They basically go in this way, so this is the part of the piston that interacts with your pad, and that bit's going to be real deep inside your caliper. So if you do have scratches right at the top or a chip right at the top, sometimes you can get away with it because it's not going to go past the seal. But if you have something in the middle, like a nasty scratch in the middle, then you're probably not going to get away with that. They're about £5 for a brand new one. This one is actually brand new, yeah. This is from the gold side, so yeah. This is a relatively new one. Looks like it's got a few marks on it already, but it seems good enough. Oh no, that was the old one, yeah, I'm getting confused now. That's what it's going to look like, your caliper now. So you can see your pistons in that hole there. What you can do is just push it through. You might be able to push it through with your finger, but just don't go too crazy, because what can happen is you can push that piston through that way and it ends up going in the hole for the other piston. So you just want to kind of be nice and slow with it. You might need to once again stick an Allen key or something that's not going to damage the back of the piston in there and just push it. Maybe you've got a nice kind of plunger or podger. Yeah, I'm going to use Allen key. Just push that through there. Take it nice and easy. Yeah, it must be because it's got new seal in there. Being a bit of a bugger to move. Just going to put a bit of pressure on there. I don't know how I'm in the shadow there, that's a bit weird. There we go. And we got a bit lucky on that one because we didn't push it all the way through. But that's what I'm saying, it does kind of slip into the other one quite easily. Just got to be a bit careful with that. Like I said, that one is brand new, so that's in mint condition. Yeah, quite a bit of fluid everywhere, it's a bit of a messy job. I'm just going to spray a bit of alcohol spray on that. Try and clean up this again for the next part. So what you're left with now, you've got the caliper, it's got no pistons in it. So yeah, this is the tool that you'll need, or something similar that's not going to be too sharp and damage the seal. And basically the seal is about there on the inside of here. So you can just kind of go in and push that down and find a little lip. Kind of sucks because everything's dark and black. Black seals with a black caliper. It's kind of hard to see it on camera, I'd imagine. There we go, we've got it now. So there's caliper, piston seal coming out. So that's your new one that I put in earlier. So I'm going to move that out of the way. And we're left with the old one in here that we don't want to reuse. I didn't really see any leaks, but the kit comes with 2 anyway, so you might as well use them. So yeah, we've got a little lip on it now, so we should be able to pull that out fully. And here's your old seal that we don't want. So now, where those seals were seated, there's basically a little groove in there. What you want to do is get some, what I use is alcohol spray and a little cotton bud. Because what happens if you don't clean that and there's bits of dirt in there, it could mean that your seal doesn't seat properly and it'll continue to leak. So yeah, I'm just going to get some alcohol spray on a nice pointy cotton bud, and we're just going to go around that seal area there. There you can see there is a little bit of dirt there, not anything major. See, I'm quite happy with that. Doesn't seem to be any big bits of dirt in there. So I'm just going to show you the seal kit now, and put our original seal that we put in there already. So that's part of it there. And that's what you get. So you get two piston seals. This is the seal for the bore cap, and then you get a new bleed nipple cap as well. Not quite sure why, but I guess they're nice to have. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to put the seals back in. I've just been kind of messing around, seeing what was the easiest way to show on the camera. So for this one, where the bore cap goes, it's easier to actually go in from the top rather than trying to push the seal into this area here, because you can't really maneuver too much. So yeah, we're just going to go from the top. Just be mindful that there are some threads there for the bore cap, and you don't want to damage the seal on there. I think it's kind of unlikely that you would, but it's a bit of a hazard. So yeah, we're just going to push that down. So we've got a little bit in there. So what I tend to do is just put my finger in the hole once we've got a little bit of the seal in the seat, and it just stops it kind of falling out the bottom completely. It is a bit tricky, but you can kind of feel that the seal is seated in certain areas, and then you can just hold it with your finger in that area so the rest of it doesn't fall out. So yeah, and then what you want to do once you've done that seal, I think my camera's having quite a bit of trouble focusing. You just want to make sure that seal isn't twisted and that it's seated nicely and it's nice and flat. Just, you know, have a little look at it, because sometimes they can kind of do a 180 and get twisted and sit in there incorrectly, but that one seems fine. There we go. And just like the other one, you just got to kind of run around it, make sure that it's seated nicely and none of it's twisted, because we do have a little twist on this side. flatten that out a bit. It seems happy now. Then all you got to do is push your 2 pistons back in, which is relatively simple. You don't want to push them hard or anything, just let them glide into place. You want to put a little bit of brake fluid on the edge just to help them slide. I don't really use any red rubber grease or anything like that. I don't really like that kind of stuff. I just think the dot fluid is what the brake uses, so I just prefer to use that. So we're going to go with this end first and just push that, slide it in, and then use your little tool to set it up and get it in the right location. And then just push down from above. And once it's in a little bit, I tend to get like a little, try and get like a little spanner in there, and just kind of push down, give it a little wiggle. There you go, that's what I kind of like to do, have the spanner come through the whole caliper, and then we're just going to apply a little bit of pressure and we're just going to rock that spanner up and down like that, so that we get a nice even spread. You don't want the piston to move in at an angle, because it will just get stuck on one edge and then it will be a bit of a pain. And it just gets a little bit tight towards the end. There we go. There's one side. Yeah. So now we're going to do the bore cap side. You can't push it in from the top, it doesn't fit. And just remember which way the pistons go. So that's the pad face, and that bit goes inside the brake caliper. Once again, just slide that in. You can put your finger underneath, get it level. Just get something, you haven't got to push on it, just touch it a little bit. Don't have to put any real force on it at that point. So it's just in the slot. What you want to be able to do is just get a little tool behind it, give it a little press, and then we're going to do the same thing. But the good thing with this bit is you can actually see well, in real life you'll be able to see it. You can see the seal and the piston interacting, so you'll be able to tell if it's going in properly. So yeah, I'm just going to do the same thing where I rock the little piston spanner back and forth. Pretty much in now. Push it flush. There's your pistons back in. We're gonna get this tiny little O-ring off as well and replace that. I think I've got a black cap somewhere that was going to fit actually, just because I preferred it. Yeah. This little black cap here is a little bit dirty. Let's take that little O-ring off. Easier said than done because it's pretty tight. So for this one I'm actually going to use a little flat end because it's real small. There we go. Get rid of that, put that with the other one we're going to throw away. I've got a bit of brake fluid on my gloves, so I'm just going to slide this on. That's that done. Just spray it with a bit of alcohol. That's just because it's a bit dirty. I want to clean it up. There you go. I don't know what people put on them. There's some white stuff there. Might be old fluid. And yeah, I'm just gonna get your special tool. And then just nip that up. Seems pretty happy. I think that's pretty much it. Put it back on your system, and it should be right after that, but I've made it worse because everything's black now. But yeah, that's it really. Should hope mini caliper rebuild, not too tricky. This seal's a little bit of a bugger, but getting the pistons out is probably the most difficult part of it.